Hello people. So I am moving to United States this August and I'm mentioning it now because I just got my visa approved and it was under 45 seconds. That was the shocking thing. So I'm going to USA in order to pursue my master's degree in public relations and I'm going to Boston, which is in Massachusetts, which is one of the states in United States. And in this video I'm going to talk about my visa interview experience so that it will be helpful for you if you are also preparing for visa interview and if you are going to give your visa interview in future. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to Boston in order to pursue my master's degree in public relations. That is a 2-year course and I'm going to talk about my course in coming videos, but now I'm going to talk about my interview experience. I booked my visa interview slots in May and my slots were on June 2nd and June 13th. So the gap between my biometric and my actual interview was like 10 days. So both the biometric and the actual interview happened in Mumbai. So my biometric was on 2nd June, which was in Bandra, Mumbai, and it was at 10 a.m. and I reached the location at 8:30 or 8:40 a.m. and they sent us in at 9:30. So while we were moving inside, there was a person who checked our DS-160, passport, I-20 and visa application letter. When we went inside, there was a lady who cross-checked our passport and DS-160 details in order to be sure. Then we moved inside and there were few counters. We had to go to those counters and get all the documents checked before our fingerprints and photograph. So there was a lady who asked me whether I had made any changes to my DS-160. And the thing is, my DS-160 actually got expired few days earlier because we had to open it once in few days it seems. I didn't know that. So my DS-160 got expired and I updated it fortunately. So on my DS-160 there were 2 barcodes instead of one, like the new updated one and the old one. So they asked me whether I had made any changes. I was like yes, my DS-160 got expired, so I updated it and they said it was okay and they asked me to move forward. There were another cabins where our photos and all the impressions of our fingers will be taken, and I proceeded to the next line where they took my photograph along with all the impressions of my fingers. Then they actually put a stamp on my DS-160. Along with that, they pasted a sticker on the back of my passport, which I have to show it when I go to my actual interview. So whatever the information is on your DS-160 should be similar to your passport, so just keep that in mind. So then this was my biometric, and so my actual interview happened on 13th of June and it was at 8:40 a.m. and I reached the location at 6:30 a.m. Yes, my father was in rush and you know how Indian parents are, they rush everything. So I went there at 6:30 and at around 8:20 or 8:30 they called us in and we had to show our passport at the main entrance, and they checked the back of my passport for the slip they had pasted in my biometric. Then they sent us in. There was a huge security there, like I felt like I was some kind of terrorist or something because they checked all of our documents. Later on they made us go in a queue and they actually checked everything, like they touched our body and checked everything. Actually I had these threads on my hand and it was covered with like buttoned up sleeve, and the security person had to open the button and check what is here and then they let me in. Then we sat for 5 minutes there and then they sent us in where the actual interview was happening. There were about 44 counters and we had to check our passport and match our finger impressions again twice at the location. Then they'll ask us to stand in a row, which takes us to the actual interview counters. A lady asked me to stand in front of a counter that was number 32 or 33, I don't remember. There were 3 people in front of me and the visa interviews of those first 2 people in the row happened really well. They were lengthy but their visas got rejected. So at this moment I was really tensed. I was like yes, I'm gonna give up, I'm not gonna answer well because those people answered really well. So I thought no, I'm not gonna do it. So then there's a person in front of me who is also from a Telugu state and she had an interview It was for over like 1 to 2 minutes, and it went well. Her visa got approved. Then I went in, and I don't know, from somewhere I gained a lot of confidence, and I was like, yes, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Whatever happens, I don't care. So I handed my passport, service fee slip, and I-20 to the officer who was taking my interview, and he was an American, age around 35 to 40. So when I handed over my documents to him, he was like, "Oh, you're going to this X university." He seemed very excited. So I was like, "Yes, sir, I'm going to this university." So later on, he asked me only 3 questions. The first question was whether I had applied to any other university apart from this. So I said, yes, I applied to one more university apart from this university, but the course over there doesn't offer these sub courses. So he was convinced. And the second question he asked was whether I had taken any education loan. Then I said, yes, I have taken so and so amount of education loan. Along with that, my father is able to pay my tuition fees and living expenses with his savings and income, etc. So the third question was what my future goals are after I finish my masters. Then I said, after I finish my masters, I'm gonna work for this so and so company as a so and so manager or in a so and so role, and later on I want to establish my own company and etc. So when I was finishing that answer, he tore a slip and handed it over to me, and I was like, maybe I got my visa because he's not giving back my passport. Then he said, you can collect your passport later, your visa got approved. Then I was like, yeah, I'm very happy, this is the proudest moment of my life and all. But there were many people standing behind me. At that moment I was very happy, but I can't shout or I can't celebrate in front of all those people because they were already tensed, and I can't make them feel very sad or feel very nervous because some other person already got their visa or something like that. I was calm. I just went out and I met one more friend of mine, and her visa also got approved, and both of us were really happy and we were like cheerful. We went out and I did this to my father, and he got to know that I got my visa, and he was like very happy, like happy on peaks. So that's how my visa interview happened. Most of the people has asked me that what to wear to visa interview, and should it be a formal outfit, what if we are not comfortable, or what if we don't own a formal outfit, or etc. So I'll add a picture of what I wore for my visa interview. So it was a formal shirt tucked in a formal pant. I balanced colors with black and whites, so it was simple. And you can wear Indian ethnic wears which are not too fancy, and some collared shirts or t-shirts or anything which should be decent. It doesn't matter if you don't wear formals, but one suggestion I'm gonna give you is don't wear heels. I wore heels and I had to stand in that row for about 1 hour before giving my interview. The interview was not lengthy, but I had to stand in a line which took me 1 hour in order to give my interview. So I suggest you not to wear heels, just wear some comfortable shoes, or if you want some heel, or if you are short, you can wear some comfortable heeled shoe, but not heels. So this was my visa interview, guys. That went well. It was precise, it was small, but I carried many additional documents just in case, and I'm gonna do more videos on what documents you have to carry for your interview, and DS-160 process, and my college related blogs, and many things in future. So I hope this video is informative enough, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next vlog. See you soon.